What is up, peeps and geeks? It's Eli Copperman in the house, and this time, once again, I have my old buddies Bell Lager and Agen Dior. What's up, nerds?
Hi.
Really? A bad introduction again coming from you. Hi everyone, my name is Agen Dior. I'm glad to be back. I love Eli and Belle. Get it right in the future. Third time's a charm,
It's
girl.
my
Third
brand.
time's a charm.
My brand is
Third
being
time-
shitty at things.
It's okay. The third time you do it, you'll get it right. The third
That's
time.
what she said.
Oh.
Michael Scott, take note. But either way.
How the turntables.
Oh, and before we continue with our topic, if you hear weird background noises, we're actually recording outside.
We are
Because
in the great outdoors.
it is a beautiful day outside,
This
so...
is the longest I've been outside in 5 years because I'm pale
Yeah.
and I burn.
Dancing in the moonlight.
And also, we're having a running bet to see who can sweat the most from just sitting.
I'm sweating already.
Oh, yeah.
I'm having a bet with myself to see how long I can stand out here or sit out here without burning.
But that's beside the point. So, you're probably wondering yourself, Eli, why are Belle and Brendan back with you again? Do you guys have another topic to talk about? Yes. In fact, this is a topic that all of us are not only passionate about, but have quite a lot to say. So, can I ask you guys, what specific topic is this?
Feminism.
Well, that's more of a general topic, I would
Yeah.
have to say. So, we all know the up-and-coming artist, 17-year-old Billie Eilish. She is a fantastically talented music artist and visual artist, too, because she's a very conceptual person. She does a lot of her own, the concept for her music videos and her album covers, and, you know, she's just brilliant. She's just an absolutely remarkable mind. Her fashion sense, though very unique for her, is brilliant.
I love it.
And this is where we're going to get into today. So, a picture was posted onto Twitter with her, the one and only time she decides to wear a tank top that
geez.
showed the ever so slightest amount of cleavage. The ever so slightest amount. And the picture was posted by a Twitter user who then went to comment, Billie Eilish is thick. THICC.
Why would you do this?
Sexualizing minors. 'Cause
Oh, yeah.
that's fine.
Oh, yeah.
No,
Oh, yeah. Not only is it wrong because she's a minor,
Well, you
Yeah.
can't really say that, like, okay, if it's someone who's, like, around her age, then you can't really say, like, sexualizing minors, because, like, do you know what I mean?
she's still a 17-year-old girl. She's
Yeah.
under the age
Yeah,
of 18.
that's still wrong.
That's still wrong.
It's still wrong to
disgusting.
sexualize a minor, but, like, it's better than if, like, a 40-year-old was doing it. Slightly.
What?
Slightly.
What do
We're
you-
not. She's a minor. It's bad across
Yeah.
the board. It
It's
doesn't
a
matter what
minor
age it-
regardless.
No. It doesn't matter if she's able to handle it or cope with it because of her age. It doesn't make a difference. She's still a minor.
That's not what I said. I said,
Yeah.
like, if, like, a 40-year-old dude was, like, hitting, like, a 17-year-old, that's worse than, like, if a 17-year-old was, like, saying it.
Was the guy 17?
I don't know if he was.
Well, I don't know the age of the guy. It doesn't
Well,
matter.
here's
the
really.
thing.
Does
It-
it matter?
we don't-
Does it matter?
That's the
It doesn't
thing.
matter,
That's
like-
the thing. We don't know the age of the guy, but it's still wrong
It's
to
still- yeah.
sexualize a fucking
Yeah.
minor.
Oh, and okay. So we've established she's a minor. It's wrong to sexualize minors. That's pedophilic. But that's not the only reason why this is wrong. It's so very clear from her fashion statements that Billie Eilish loves to cover up.
Oh yeah.
Mainly because of her insecurities, her body
Yeah.
issues, her mental health issues. She said herself that she doesn't want anyone to have an opinion
On her.
body, so that's why she covers it up, which I think is good for her. So
you
at
do
what
you.
point does a rational thinking person go, "Hey, she's showing a bit of skin. I'm going to sexualize that."
Yeah.
When she makes it so clear
Don't
she
do
doesn't
that.
want that sort of attention. Granted, and I will say this for the record and to be clear, just because somebody wears something revealing does not mean they are asking or soliciting sexual
Sexual-
attention.
yeah.
Exactly.
Just because a woman is wearing a low-cut top does not mean you should go comment on it. Just because a guy is wearing booty shorts means you have to go and say anything about it. That's unwanted sexual attention. That is sexual harassment. But it would just for me, in my mind, it would just make it more obvious to not comment on somebody whose general trend is to essentially wear the westernized version of a burqa.
Honestly.
Yeah.
And for the record, if you're attracted to somebody who, shows a bit of skin, that's totally fine. Everyone
Yeah.
has those urges. But that doesn't give you the right to just, out of the bloom, just go, "Hey, baby, you look so hot." Now, call me an SJW all you want, but I've known a lot of people like that, and the last thing I ever will want to do is to make people feel scared of me.
Like, the part about it, like, that bothers me the most is, like, someone, like, went out of their way, screenshotted it, like, posted it on their Twitter, like, they went out of their way to, like, post it.
Yeah, they went out of their way to post
Was
it.
there not a moment where
Right, so, like-
where they stepped back and were like, you know what, maybe I shouldn't do this?
Like,
You know,
they didn't
yeah,
think
they
that,
didn't
they didn't think maybe this would make her uncomfortable, because, like, above
You know,
everything that
maybe
she said.
they did think maybe, you know, she wears a lot of baggy, really
Clothing.
stylish, mind you. I
Yeah.
want to. If Billie Eilish happens to be listening to this, I really doubt she is. Her fashion sense is really, really on
It's
point,
forward.
and it's really cool.
It's very cool.
forward.
I love it.
But didn't this person at one point before he posted it was like, hey, so maybe I shouldn't say something about somebody who traditionally likes to cover up, and maybe should I not say something to someone who is 17?
Because, like, maybe there's a reason she covers up, because maybe she's like, uncomfortable with the way that her body generally looks, so maybe by saying this...
I'm not going to be the person to make
Like-
assumptions, but at the same time, I think
Like,
that
you
is,
never
I think
know.
so. She
You
is.
never
is.
know what, like, could be going on in
Right.
her mind.
Yeah.
So, like, I'm not going to make an assumption, but, like, if that could be the case, which it very well could be, like, he could have risked causing her very extreme mental distress.
Probably
So,
did.
like,
And-
the fact that he didn't sit back and was like, maybe this, and this, all these factors, like, why this is a bad idea.
At the end of the day, this person is most likely a troll that aims to, like, ruin her.
Or
Honestly.
a child.
Just a sociopath.
Or a minor.
Or a minor, too.
Well,
it
the
could,
sad
It could
thing
be- it could
is,
very
it
much
could
be a
very well
minor.
be. If it's another minor talking about it, then it's a little less bad, but it's still
it doesn't
bad.
matter.
It's still
fucked
very
up.
bad.
Although,
It's still fucking
can I be
terrible.
honest? If
What-
this guy, hold on, if this guy did that for like malicious intent, obviously that's fucked up. But I have to admit, he probably doesn't even care that he did it.
What I personally think, and like you guys can come for me for it, I don't think he did it for malicious intent, because like it seems a little bit far-fetched to me. I don't really know the situation behind it. But it seems to me like it's a mature guy who does not know how to treat women, does not know how to respect women. Like, he was never taught that. I don't know who his mother is, who his parents are.
From the
It's disgusting.
1950s.
Like, I don't think he knows how, like, respect women. He's like, he probably thinks, oh, it's a compliment. Like, oh, like, she's going to like that I said this, right?
Yeah.
But, like,
I've been
he doesn't
there.
realize how disturbing it could be to a person to, like, have that comment that's unwanted. He doesn't realize that it's unwanted.
And this is where we get in. Sorry to interrupt. And this is where we get
Yeah.
into this being more of a societal issue.
Yeah.
That this sort of
Yeah.
attention is brought onto women on
Unnecessarily.
a almost second level,
Yeah.
seconds, and I'm talking about a unit of time measurement. It's like
Yeah.
every moment there's a woman who's getting catcalled. This sort of attention that's going on to women all the time, and yeah, nowadays with the Me Too movement, and nowadays with more women speaking up about these things, we're calling it into question,
But it
which
still
is a good thing.
happens.
But it still happens.
yeah.
Because, like, there's some men who just don't know how to treat women because they've never,
Yeah.
like, taught it.
Because they're
Yeah,
given the
and
excuse
can
at
I-
a young age where
can I
boys will
play-
be boys.
Can I play devil's advocate?
Yeah.
Oh,
Like,
but-
a lot of people say, like, oh, this is a wrong way to treat women, but this mentality has existed for decades.
Yes and no, because like some women, like they did speak out about it, like the whole voting thing, you know, like
Yeah.
feminism, blah 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 blah. But they were also like talked down upon it. Like boys will be boys. Like boys were always given excuses. Men were always given excuses as to why their behavior was acceptable by society.
Oh, you know, kids will be kids.
Exactly. So like the fact that like I get where you're coming from, but like when a group is always given an excuse as to why their behavior is acceptable and why their behavior is okay, then you can't really say like, oh, it's like
Well,
has
I'm
been
not.
well known for a long time because nothing has really been done about it for a
Well,
long time.
I'm not saying like, you know, because obviously there will always be excuses, but given that these excuses have been going on for decades prior, it kind of shows how dated that mentality
Oh,
really
it's completely
is.
dated.
Yeah.
Call me anti-traditionalist, call me anti-whatever. Saying that this has been done and this is the standard, the status quo for the longest time is not an excuse for me.
Yeah.
There are
No.
certain points where you need to question what is going on and if it's okay, and if it's not, if people are actually being oppressed, if it's just a backwards ideology
Yeah.
that needs to change, it needs to change. It doesn't matter if it was the way it was. And catcalling and sexually harassing people
Yeah.
is certainly not okay. But
That's
here's what I will
right.
say. We are far leaps and bounds better
Yeah,
about it nowadays.
definitely.
Especially when it comes to women in the entertainment industry.
Oh, absolutely.
Because nowadays everyone's on the same page.
Mm-hmm.
For the most part, like women are going to speak up and say it's not okay to sexualize
A, B,
and
and
harass anyone. So that's why a lot of people were able to combat this
Yeah.
fucker going, you can't say that, she's a minor,
Mm-hmm.
you can't say that. Like, so he got a lot of backlash for it, reasonably so.
Obviously.
But this wasn't the case back in the
day.
1950s or
No,
so.
oh god,
Like,
no.
with Marilyn Monroe especially, like everyone would just like objectify her, treat her like an object.
She was
treated like an actual
she
object.
was
Sex symbol.
Oh,
Or-
absolutely.
Billie Jean
Well,
was.
what about Jane Mansfield? Because that's an even bigger sex symbol.
I think Marilyn Monroe's kind
No,
of
I
like
think
bigger.
I think Marilyn Monroe's bigger.
Because like she
People know her name.
Yeah, people
like,
know
in
her name.
modern
She's known to
modern
this
sense.
day.
Yes, people know Jane Mansfield, but if you go out to any guy on the street and say Jane Mansfield or Marilyn Monroe, they're gonna know Marilyn Monroe.
Yeah, and like a lot of people like used her like modeling photos. She was in Playboy. She was
But Jane Mansfield, yeah, I mean,
Well,
yeah,
I mean,
they
they're
both
in-
were, but like
yeah.
they both were, but like
all women in Hollywood
were in
were
Playboy
sexualized.
and sexualized.
Oh.
and,
but like
and objectified, and it was systemic. It was a part of their job.
Yeah.
They needed
Yeah.
to have sex appeal. They needed to be, have a certain type. They needed to look a certain way, to be a certain age, to have a certain breast size, a certain
Yeah.
butt size.
It was
Like,
Hollywood's idea of selling out females as celebrities.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
the way it is. It still happens to this day with models and
Eating disorders and
singers,
a lot of-
everyone.
That's
It's
not really
not an
something
issue
you
that
can
has ever
stop.
gone away.
yes, it is. Oh, yes, it is. Because like the modeling industry specifically, they promote eating disorders and they promote
Well, that's fucked up.
yeah, they do. Because like,
Yeah, get skinny by throwing
you have
up
to
with
get
your
skinny by
lunch.
throwing up, or you have to get skinny by
Yeah.
starving
Not
yourself because they want you to look a specific way. Have you ever like noticed like on like covers of magazines like people photoshopped?
Oh, absolutely. There's a
This
reason.
Go through
encourages
going-
models to like look a specific way, to look skinnier, to look.
And that in turn
Tall,
also affects
skinny.
people.
Yeah.
Like people reading
Anyone.
this. Like the little girls that are looking through these magazines
Like,
and looking through these Instagram models
you can't
going.
be perfect unless you're that skinny. You
Yeah.
cannot be perfect unless you look that way.
these
And it's disgusting to like spread that message to a young child, spread that message to anyone.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
Because as someone who's like actually suffered with an eating disorder in the past, that fucks with your head. It gets in your head, and it makes you change who you are.
that kind of reminds me of how Judy Garland was treated. Not that she had an eating disorder, but more so.
It's-
get more so.
Oh, but
get-
no,
get
but
into that
Julie
she was just
Garland, she
screwed
was
up.
like, she was told by
So many
producers and
people.
everyone that
That
she was
she-
never, she was never sexy, she was never beautiful, which I disagree. I think she's
That's
a
like-
beautiful
gorgeous.
That's
woman.
the
Come
model.
on.
That's like the modeling industry today. You'll be told that you're never beautiful enough.
Although the model, yes, and that's still an issue, but at the same
It has
time,
gone
a
more
lot of
progressive.
progress. There's a lot more emphasis on inclusivity in
Yeah.
the beauty industry and the
Oh,
modeling
very much
industry.
so.
We're seeing a lot more plus size models. We're seeing a
Depending
lot
on where
more
you look.
models of color. We're seeing a lot more women of age.
Yes and no. I can say like because I know someone who like once modeled for Victoria's Secret, so I have a little bit of like, insight on this. And what I can say is like though they do include that, like the whole like college process where like they want people from other countries to like, look less discriminatory or whatever. Do you know what that is?
Yeah,
It's kind of
they're
like
trying to
that.
like bring in more people to
They
look a
want,
certain
yeah,
way.
they want like more
Yeah.
inclusivity to like look a certain way, especially Victoria's Secret, especially like,
Well,
CoverGirl,
that's-
for example.
Okay, well that's an issue. Well, that's
that's
an
a whole another
okay,
issue
that's
on
an issue in
itself.
of itself. That's the issue
Yeah.
of
Yeah.
inclusivity for the sake of marketing.
And the sake of
We're
image.
Let's look at because it is Pride Month. There's a lot of companies out there that will include the rainbow flag and say love is love and all these all these messages for
Okay.
the sake of profit and not actually being.
Side note: Pride Month has become the Valentine's Day for the homosexuals. Like
By the
they're
way,
using
as-
that
But that's
as like
a whole other issue right
Yeah.
there.
Still
That I don't
Pride
wanna
Month
get
as
in.
of the time we're recording this, but it's probably not Pride Month anymore by the time this is released.
Well, actually, it depends on the country you're listening this in. Like, I know July is the Pride Month of the UK.
Okay.
So
Oh
if
my
you're,
God.
so all our British brethren who helped us develop our great nation of America, happy Pride to you when you listen to this.
Sis. Get
Also,
it?
you don't even.
Boston Tea Party.
Boo.
Also tea because they love tea over there. Because British love tea over there. Look how stupid I sound.
We are getting off topic.
No. But anyway, happy Pride to everyone, no matter what time or year it is, no matter what month it is. Celebrate Pride. Anyway, we're getting off topic. I'm going to tailor it back to specifically Marilyn Monroe as the foil to Billie Eilish here, whose entire career was based on her looks.
Yeah.
When she first got into the industry, she had hopes of becoming an actress. She started off as a pinup model. People took on very closely to the fact that she had a certain look.
Yeah.
And slowly
Yeah.
through her career, starting with movies like Gentlemen Prefer Blondes, then to 7 Year Itch, and then almost finishing off with the greatest movie of all time, Some Like It Hot. She never was known for roles that made her look like a professional actress.
No.
She tried doing the method acted, because back in the time, the method
Well, she was in a movie called The Misfits, which was written by Arthur Miller and directed by John Huston.
But
And-
who knows her for that role?
Exactly.
No one.
I think she got that role because her husband was Arthur Miller.
Yeah.
Right.
That was her third husband.
No one really knows her for like the roles where like she did method acting. People know
No.
her for the roles where like she's sexy and she's like the
Right.
sex appeal. That's where people know her.
What
for the roles.
also, this is a little bit off topic, but what also helps with the cementing the fact that she was a sex symbol is the fact that she died young. She died at the age of 36. And that cemented, because we'll never ever know what Marilyn Monroe
What'd it become?
old looked like. So we never know what
Right.
Marilyn Monroe. She was never taken as seriously as an actress. She was typecast because of
very
her
much so.
looks. We now have this place in entertainment where women have way more agency in regards to the way that they are presented, so that A, they're not sexualized, B, they can have a longer career. The one person I'm thinking of in particular is Meryl Streep,
Oh yeah.
who is a very attractive and very beautiful woman for many of her years, and even hell,
Yeah,
I'll
but
even
she
say-
was
she's
trained
still
as an
beautiful.
opera singer, right?
No. That what I'm trying to say is, she was never typecast, period, in the sex symbol role.
No.
Never. She had a lot of agency in controlling what she wanted her career to look like, what characters she wanted to play. She had the range and she had all this talent, but she never let the studios control what she looked like. She never let sexualization get in her way. Where am I
Look at her
going
now.
from this?
Look at her now. She's still like.
Oh, she's
Meryl
still
Streep.
in great
She's
roles.
Meryl Streep. She's Meryl
She's
Streep.
known-
She's won so many
she's
Oscars.
known more for
No,
like
she's
her
won 3
skills
Oscars,
and
but
her
was
like
nominated
acting
for
skills.
multiple Oscars.
She's like known more for like her skills and like her like abilities than like her looks.
Yes,
that-
completely.
I don't even know if that's an exception or not, but it is a notable example.
It is.
But I'm just using her as an example of how women have way more agency. The
Yeah.
same way how Billie Eilish has a lot more agency in the way she expresses herself, because she is, again, such a conceptual artist. She controls everything from the music to the music videos to what she wears to what effects go on.
And she's young. She's not even an
17
adult yet,
years
but she's
old.
Good. She's
17
good at doing
years
that.
old. She's so good at that, and because she has so much agency, she's able to avoid, for the most part, this level of sexualization. But yet, the trolls still happen, and it still comes up.
Yeah.
So
I
I
just
guess
like,
people really haven't learned the lesson.
No.
I again think it's like young men who like don't know how to treat women or like who don't have the understanding yet that like it's not okay to treat people like that.
Yeah.
Because like as sad as it is to say, and a lot of people who watch this might not agree with me, but some people do believe that they have like a higher ground to others without like realizing it. It's like a subconscious belief that they have.
Yeah.
I think it comes from what early development.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so in that case, it's not even their fault. It's more so just like what's
But
in
it's
society.
still, you have
part
to
of it's
question
their
it.
fault.
It's not their fault necessarily, but they can do better.
Yeah,
You have to
like
do
you
better.
can change.
Yeah. I'm now going to push the conversation a little bit forward to the topic of,
Oh, Jesus.
yeah, we're in this space where the woke part of the world will say it's wrong to sexualize and make these disgusting comments towards women, but there's an unbelievable push to sexualize
Men. It's
men.
Oh,
disgusting.
absolutely. Oh my God. I
People-
am fucking passionate about this.
People, listen. I've seen this joke several times where a feminist will look at, and I say feminist like in the
Feminazi.
feminazi sense, not the accurate definition of feminist.
No,
where
not
a
at all.
feminazi will look at the depiction of Wonder Woman and say, "Oh, this is an unrealistic depiction of women. This is sexist. This is whatever." But then we'll look at Superman and goes, "Oh, he's hot." Women, sorry, men don't look like that.
Yeah, no.
Necessarily.
If you really think that all men need to look like some big, beefy, testosterone-filled freak, then I'm sorry, but you're wrong.
It's
Yeah.
part of the reason I don't really like BuzzFeed or like the Daily Mail, because like they always like have articles about like, oh my God, look at this celebrity. Here's some like pics of like this celebrity shirtless or this celebrity after they worked
Fuck
out, and it's like,
BuzzFeed.
thank you for sexualizing this man when he didn't ask to be sexualized to millions of people who are not watching, blah, who are reading
They're
your
fucking
newspaper.
hypocrites.
That's disgusting. No, they do it. They do it with like females too.
Oh my
I hate
God.
this.
They don't discriminate.
I hate
Okay,
these
good.
videos that I see on BuzzFeed of male celebrities reading thirst tweets.
It's
I'm sorry. Like,
disgusting.
okay, these kind of comments and these kind of disgusting things to say are not okay. Unless the person is soliciting
Yeah.
and explicitly wants that sort of attention, then by all means say they're
Go
sexy.
for it. Go
Yeah,
for you.
you're
If I'm
okay.
wearing something and I'm saying, hey, what do you think? Do I look sexy? Or, hey, daddy, what's going on? I'm not cute to you. Like, then if you want to give me that sort of attention, I'm all here for it. That's completely fine. If you are soliciting that sort of sexual attention, that's completely fine to give then. it's unsolicited when it's the issue. And with videos like male celebrities reading thirst tweets, it creates this idea that people saying these kind of disgusting thirst tweet comments are okay to say in general, especially to people of the entertainment industry, because people already don't think they're people, especially when it comes to men of the entertainment industry. I remember one time the Graham Norton show, it had an episode where it featured Sally Field, Chris Pine, Pine Tree Pine, Rami Malek, and Michael Keaton? What's his name? Michael Keaton? The older actor? Older British actor?
I never saw
I
Michael
love
Caine.
Michael Caine. I love
My
Michael Caine.
son.
My daddy.
Not
I love
Keaton,
My
Kane.
father.
Not Keaton, Kane.
Michael Caine's my
Caine.
father.
So yes, there was this episode of the Graham Norton show where Chris Pine was in a show or a movie, I forget which one, where I think he plays Scottish for the role. And people were marking his level of attractiveness, how he was half naked, how he had a sex scene with a man, and how all these things, which he explicitly said he didn't mind, but he wanted to have the public conversation on how it's okay to sexualize men, but it isn't okay for women anymore. If you ask me, it's not. For both of us, I don't think either one of us would be okay being sexualized in that regard, based on that. It's really not okay.
Anyone
for anyone
who
across the
looks
board.
at their Instagram photos, you be careful. I'm watching you. I'm watching you.
Oh no, I don't mind. Okay, no, leave me a cute comment. I'm okay with it because I'm a perv. That's just me. Go ahead, say I'm cute all you want. That's fair. I'm down with that. But it's just generally not okay to just do that without knowing.
Yeah.
Like, I'm okay with it personally because I'm a perv, but don't go up and assume that all people are like me.
Yeah, no. And you're an exception because, like, you enjoy that stuff, but that does not mean everyone is like that. And unfortunately, there's a lot of people out there like that.
So, to deviate the conversation, you know how you were saying, like, certain people don't view, like, all celebrities, like, actual human beings, like they're gonna sexualize them in their tweets and stuff.
Not all the time, but mostly.
No, mostly. So, a certain brand of celebrities, like, actually treated a lot like that. Do you know where I'm going with this?
No.
Porn stars.
Oh,
porn stars is different.
No, it isn't.
No, it really isn't.
No.
It really isn't. Let's be real. They need. It's an industry. It's a job. When a porn actor goes into a scene and they're filming a scene, they're not going into to be perverts. They're going in as professionals
to make money.
Well,
yeah. Like, I know people.
Wait, sorry. Shout out to two porn stars I really, really like. Pup Amp and Mr. Christopher.
Oh my god.
You know these peeps.
From the YouTube channel What's the Safe Word. I love you guys so much. They do incredible sex education in regards to kink and BDSM and all these different things. I love you guys so much.
Where has this debate gone?
I love them so much.
Anyway,
I love how we're talking about we shouldn't sexualize men, but I sexualize Mr. Christopher on the down low all the time.
Be fair, if it's not,
I'm such a hypocrite.
To be fair, it's probably in consent, and even at that, you're not.
No, that's a dangerous thing to think because a lot of people don't actually want to be sexualized outside of their scenes. So, like, I know a lot of porn stars do their scenes like not to open the door to be sexualized, as a lot of their patrons, like people who watch them think they do it like to get money because like they need it. It's their job.
More often than not, that's the case.
It is their job actually. So like I've seen like a lot of porn stars on their Twitter open up their DMs like on YouTube channels like and like
they got a lot of thirst
in their
DMs.
DMs they have a lot of thirst DMs like from men who believe, or like not even men, women too, who believe that they want this attention. They want to be sexualized.
Yeah, because it's their job.
Stars, because they make porn. Like,
yeah.
But that's not the case.
Don't sexualize people because they make porn.
Don't sexualize anyone because of anything.
Yeah.
No.
If it's like an actual human being that makes porn for a living, right? And then you slide into their DMs like, hey, like show me your tits.
Or anyone.
Anyone. Like
we want to talk. We talked
anyone.
about James Charles last time, and since that video, a lot of shit has gone down about him.
Let's not even go into
that.
but
I want to because I want to bring this up. Like, he had a habit of going down into the DMs and going and saying certain things to men and giving them unwanted sexual attention.
Without consent.
As much as he has briefly apologized for it in that one video, it was like, in that video that he did, that was like the least amount of time he gave. He was mostly talking about Tati Westbrook.
Yeah.
But fair enough, he was trying to save his career. But nevertheless, it's not okay to do. It's not okay to catcall. It's not okay to give unwanted sexual attention to anyone, any gender identity, any age. If you're a minor, don't even dare. Don't even know. Even if it's wanted from a minor, don't even give
Don't
it.
go there.
Don't
go
even
there.
know.
The point is, like I've been trying to go with this entire time, even if someone does that to their body to get as their job, it does not open the door for you to slide into their DMs and ask them for news.
Absolutely
That is not okay for anyone. Like, you need consent from everyone to do that. Period.
And better yet, you never know. The person could just be asexual, and that would make them feel even worse.
There's asexual porn stars out there. That is a
Exactly.
thing. There's a whole
And
demographic.
it would just
Let's
make
not
it
forget.
worse. Hey, baby, I know you're asexual, but you gotta loosen up a bit. Fuck you.
Let's
my
not
God.
forget gay for pay.
Oh, God.
That's a whole thing right there.
Okay, so in conclusion, I think we can all learn something from this case. Sexualizing anybody, regardless if you're a woman, a man, minor, major, whatever,
regardless of gender, regardless of age, regardless of anything.
If you're a human,
Don't sexualize another human being.
even if you're
Period.
a furry or a brony, it's not okay. At all.
Okay.
yeah.
Just anybody.
And also, we say this, but things have really seriously gotten a lot better. They're not great, but
Not
they've really gotten a
perfect.
lot better
Yeah.
since Marilyn Monroe.
Hey, considering that they've gotten better, that's perfect. In my opinion, just getting better is more than enough.
Well, yeah, but we can always go more.
We can go more, but we're getting there. I think
We're getting there.
Ever so slowly.
Baby
In my
steps.
opinion, we shouldn't just stop at good enough. We should stop.
No,
when...
no,
I say
no,
good.
yeah.
Well, I say
No,
good
no, he's
enough
just
in
counting-
terms of where
Yeah.
we
He's
are.
counting his blessings, dear.
No, I know.
When you should never settle for good enough, but he's counting his blessings.
I'm not going against him. I'm just saying.
Child.
Counting your blessings.
I'm
I got
not going.
6.
I'm not going
I have
against
6
Eli.
blessings
Oh.
that I count every day. I'm kidding. I'm just making a joke.
I'm not going against Eli. What I'm saying is, as a society, we shouldn't stop at good enough. We should always
Strive for
try.
more.
Yeah.
As the old saying goes, we should get better. It's doable.
Less is never more. More is always more.
Soon.
More is more.
But yeah, that's basically it. And bottom line, everyone, to anyone out there who's either a fan of Billie Eilish or doesn't even know who she is, please treat her
Who
with respect.
doesn't know who Billie Eilish is?
I didn't know who she
A
was.
lot of people don't know who
Really?
she is. Yeah, I've had to introduce her to a lot of new people. Listen to her stuff. Because here's the thing. You're going to be quick to judge that, oh, she's the one that does the melancholic, scary shit. She has a wide range of sounds. She doesn't always do scary.
Example: she both sang "Bad Guy" and "Ocean Eyes."
She started off with Ocean Eyes and ended it with... Well, she didn't end it. She really recently did Bad Guys.
Yeah, but like the fact that she can sing both "Ocean Eyes" and like "Bad Guy."
Currently, one of my favorite songs by her is a song called Bellyache.
We are promoting this stuff and we're happy for it. But point is at the end of the day, and for the record, people, if you don't like her content or you can criticize that, but like, be respectful. Don't be like those sick fucks who are just gonna say, "Oh, she's super thick," because truth be told, that kind of stuff makes her feel more insecure.
Oh yeah, that's a terrible thing. She's a person with real insecurities and real mental issues, more so than a lot of us actually. She has a lot of serious issues, and going off and saying really negative things about it is not helpful. It's not helpful.
To the people who do that,
You can not like it, but don't.
To the people,
Don't attack the
to
artist.
the people who are that sick, you live by the sword, you die by the sword.
Mm-hmm. Also,
You should see me in a crown. I'm gonna run this nothing down. Watch me make 'em bow one by one. This is the ASMR segment of the video. Bye, bitches. That's pretty much it. If you guys have any thoughts on this, please feel free to mention them in the comments. Please support Billie Eilish, but for the love of fuck, stop being a bunch of fucking assholes. Don't be an incel. I'm the bad guy.
duh. We are number one.
Hey.
Ba-da-dum-ba-bum. Why do I put up with you guys?
Because we're fun. We make your show better.
We're done.
Yeah, bottom line, support Billie Eilish. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Until then,
Stay safe, fuckers.
again, to talk about something else. Well, because this is something that...
Repeat that.
I'm sorry, I have to
Repeat
get that out of the way.
Repeat that. We're going
Okay,
to
we're keeping that.
I feel
Okay,
attacked.
anyway, as I'm saying, okay.